Brekkie with Vossy and Brandy, but not this morning. You've got Matt Russell alongside Matt White. We had a fun first 2 hours. Matty, if you've missed the start of the show, catch up on the Brekkie program wherever you get your podcast or Instagram at Vossy Brandy SEN. If you are unable to work due to injury or illness, contact Bryden's Lawyers, 1800 848 848. It was great to tune in yesterday to Fox League and see some of the atmosphere already building in Fremont Street. The Matty Johns show in Vegas was there. NRL 360 was back. And you just got the feel already that it's building towards a bigger and better year two at Allegiant Stadium.
You get the feel, I mean, I'd love to be in the inner workings of the NRL about this, because you get the feel, don't you, Matty, that they don't sleep. Like, seriously, because this is a massive, massive exercise. And I know that the best sporting events that I've been to or a part of and covered are the ones that always come back the next year and add more. Add 10% here, add a little bit there. The Australian Open tennis, that's their mantra. Craig Tiley rides his stuff hard to say, listen, let's make it even better for the spectators, for the players, for everyone next year, whatever that may be, right? And it's a hard thing to do, because you think of the bells and whistles that they added last year, and then you've got to add more. So that's really interesting. I spoke also, which we'll get to soon, but Tim Watsford, who's the incoming St George Illawarra Dragons CEO. I had him on my program yesterday. I'd love to get your thoughts on some of the things that he said, but he's got an NRL background, a supercars background as the chief operating officer. He knows about expansion. He knows about the Vegas stuff, but now he's in the hot seat of a club, and one of the most famous clubs that there is, and he's going to be the man. Starts in June, so we'll touch on that soon.
We'll speak about and to a couple of the bosses in the game, not only the Dragons boss, but Peter Volandi's coming up as well. But for the time being, let's go to someone who she's a delight to work with. It's so good to have her part of the Fox League family, knows her league, loves her league, and I saw her absorbing all the atmosphere on Fremont Street yesterday as Fox League really started to gear up for a big day of coverage on Sunday. Lara Pitt, welcome to Brekkie with Vossy and Brandy. Today you've got the two Matts, Russell and White. I'll start by asking you, Lara, you were there last year, so can you compare this year to last year and the indications about how big it might be?
Good. Is it good morning? I don't even know what planet I'm on, Maddie. I'm in Vegas. Maddie and Maddie, so good to chat to you. It's bigger and better. Like, I mean, as cliched as that sounds, we expected it to be. Last year, everyone from home was watching on, and we're so surprised with how big it was. And so I think everyone had major FOMO, and they've all come this year bigger and better. There is, plane loads of New Zealand fans, plane loads of Super League fans. In fact, I will say so far, and I didn't get a good response from the crowd yesterday when I said this on Fremont Street, but the Wigan fans are off the hook. They are going to really give our NRL fans a run for their money, because they have these chants that we just don't have. And we really need to get our acts together, because they have been heckling the Warrington supporters, heckling George Williams, and it's just brought a whole new level. It's been a genius idea to have two Super League teams here, on top of having the Premiers here, and the Sharks and the Raiders and the Warriors, and of course the Test match. So yes, I am on a high. I think you can hear it in my voice. It's just been an awesome start, and we're just actually gearing up in the green room right now to get ready for show day 2. Yeah,
those Wigan fans are off the hook anyway, aren't they? No matter where they go, Lara. Hey, it's Matty White here.
Hi, Matty.
Hi, and look, we were just talking as you jumped on the line there about adding more next time around. God knows what they're going to do in 2026, but aside from panning that schedule out, adding the Super League games, or the game, and also the Test match, what else have you noticed in terms of what the NRL and Vegas and the state of Nevada have all conspired to put on here?
They've taken over Resorts World for one. I mean, we had the players there last year, but this year it just seems like a very well-oiled machine. The NRL have done a fantastic job. They've taken over a section of the, I think you'd call it a shopping mall, but it's where a huge amount of hospitality is, and they've set up a fan hub that's running every day for hours on end. And today, for instance, got every single team going through there for an hour. You can have a signing session. And I'm not saying just like the 5 or 6 players in the team, in each team. It's every single player has to sit along these tables, and there are fans like snaked out of the resort. The lineup I don't think, unfortunately, every fan's going to get to see their stars because there's just so many fans waiting in the line, and they've got an hour to get through as many as possible. So in terms of the fan experience, I just think it's taken itself to a new level, and the NRL have done a fantastic job from what I've seen so far in making it, you can get up close and personal with these guys, and I don't think, you can in Sydney and back home, but this is an incentive to come here. They're getting, their one-on-one time with Nathan Cleary today, and all the English fans are getting close to the players. So that part of it's, I think, different and new. In terms of game day, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens there. It sounds like they've got entertainment around that. And the Fan Fest tonight will be, it was the highlight of last year. And so I think that will be, again, bigger and better. And the scenes there will be all over the TVs back home.
Lara, we'll catch you on Fox League throughout the afternoon and evening, bringing us all that atmosphere on 360. Nico Hines and Craig Fitzgibbon will drop by on Matty Johns in Vegas. We've got 60th birthday boy Brandy, a sober Brandy, alongside Liam Martin. I saw you speaking with Isabel Kelly yesterday. I know you keep a very, very close eye on not just the NRL, but the NRLW. Now, the women's test on Sunday, Lara. Sunday our time, Saturday your time, of course. How impactful will that match be?
Well, just hearing from some of the English girls, they're taking it, like as they should, very seriously. They're in the same hotel as the Aussie girls, but they're keeping it pretty frosty, I think. They want to make sure that, they're not taken lightly. They haven't played each other since 2017, and, Australia keep getting stronger and stronger with the NRLW. So the English girls know it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough hit out. But they want to test themselves against the best, and they want to play more games against Australia. At the moment, that I was talking to a couple of the English girls, they're often playing against France and back home against, I think they said Ireland as well, perhaps. So Wales. But the point is, they want to play against Australia and test themselves so that when they get to the next World Cup, we're not seeing scorelines that we've seen in women's games so frequently. There's more English players coming and playing in the NRLW, which I think helps the standard of the international game as well. But I mean, the girls are just so, and I know it sounds silly because they shouldn't be grateful because they should be here. They deserve to be here. The spectacle will be fantastic, and I think Americans will be completely bamboozled that women play without helmets and pads, which is, and they're amazing athletes in their own right. So, I think it'll be a big part of the day. And
Lara, as they've referenced, the girls have referenced, this is a statement game for women's rugby league, but it's a test match. This is the fascinating thing I find about the whole Vegas thing, that there is this huge extravaganza that goes on, and you've set the scene so well. But at the end of the day, for the two NRL teams, there's 2 competition points. And at the end of the year, those 2 competition points might decide whether you're 8 or not, right? So did you, at what stage did you notice the shift from, say, from Ricky, from Andrew Webster, from Ivan, from Fitzy to go, righto, the time for selling the game here is done, the time to get around winning the game has started? I mean, you guys have interviewed all those guys, and I feel like even before Fitzy left Sydney, he was like, okay, this is going to be a circus, but I want to go beat Penrith and bring those 2 competition points home. So I have no doubt they've let their players have some, good times for the first couple of days. And seeing Penrith today at the Fan Hub and speaking with Nathan Cleary, you can already see it's hard because they're trying to enjoy and soak up what's happening in front of them, but they know this is the start of their title defence, and they want nothing more than to prove everyone wrong that they aren't going to be, a lesser team of last year and the years before that. So we're going to catch up with Ricky and all the Raiders players. They're coming down to Fremont Street tomorrow night for the shows. So it'll be interesting to see how they've approached it. I know that they've had a team dinner with their debutantes and their families that have come over, which, I mean, hello, you're debuting in the NRL, Owen Paddy, in Las Vegas. That in itself, you've got to get your head onto that and play your best game to stay in the team next week. So
I imagine all of the teams now are starting to knuckle down. We're the ones just losing our minds about how cool this is.
Hey, Lara, I know you have a keen eye for a good story. You just mentioned the Owen Paddy story, making your debut in Vegas. My goodness gracious. What story excites you most about Sunday's 4 games?
Well, I like the Owen Paddy one because I actually got wind of the fact that the club flew his family over there from, I think they said 2 or 3 hours west of Rocky. They run a cotton farm, and they flew the parents over as a surprise. He didn't know that they were coming. So, I mean, I would have loved to have been in the room to see that moment of them arriving to Vegas and surprising their son. That's a beautiful story, and I think we're going to hopefully catch up with them as well at some point this week on the show. Oh, gosh, now, Maddie, you love asking me a stitch-up question, don't you?
Well, I've got another one. I've got another one for you.
Go ahead.
I've got another stitch-up question. I know you wouldn't have heard of Tick Segerblom. He is the Clark County Commission chairman. Have a listen to what he said in front of Peter V'landys. And you can only picture Peter V'landys' complete shock and horror on his face as Tick Segerblom said this.
This Saturday, March 1st, is going to be National Rugby Day in Clark County. But more importantly, we're giving you a key to the strip, which means that anyone who goes to the game on Saturday can do anything they want after the game and stay out of trouble.
Oh, Tick Segerblom, what have you done? Firstly, National Rugby Day, bum. Then he gives rugby league players and media types the keys to the strip, basically a get-out-of-jail-free key. Now, I went to Wagga Wagga with Lara Pitt last year. You should have seen her on the dance floor, Matty.
Really?
I had to drag her off and say, listen, pull your head in, behave yourself.
Lara. He's stitching you up.
I know you don't mind a party, Lara, but you will be behaved representing Fox League. Who might not be? Which Fox League colleague is the most likely to need Tick Segerblom's get-out-of-jail-free key?
I will go and get that key from Peter and put it in my pocket and make sure that no one from Fox League is out of line. And I don't need to tell you which names, Matthew. You know exactly who will be out having a good time after the game on the weekend. I am going to go out. I am going to let my hair down. I'm not sure what to do yet because my head's not in that part of the week. But I'm sure at the end of 4 games, we're on air for, I think, 10 hours. And I'm going to be running, you know what it's like on the sideline on game day. When there's 4 games, I've just looked at my interview list. It's as long as my arm. I'm going to deserve, and we're all going to deserve a celebration, I think, after that. So I think we'll go to find a dance floor. And excuse me, Matthew, you are the Worm King. You're the one doing the worm in Wagga, not Lara Pitt.
The Wagga worm.
You can tell when I'm in trouble. She calls me Matthew. A bit like my mum. Lara, you so deserve to have a party after that huge day. Sunday our time, Saturday your time. You deserve to be there. You're doing a fantastic job. We look forward to covering all your work on Fox League. Thanks for sparing us some time this morning.
Thank you, and let's get the Dragons here next year, okay, Mr. New CEO of St George Illawarra? That's what we're campaigning for.
Hey, I spoke to him yesterday on my program, Lara, and I asked him about that, and he's up for it. He's well and truly up for it.
I have been informed that there's been some serious campaigning and that PVL is feeling that. So I feel like we're pretty close. I don't think they want to confirm it yet, but it sounds like the Dragons and Bulldogs could be coming.
All right, the Red V, it's part of Vegas. I can see it now, the advertising campaign. Lara, thank you. Go and have a great day, and we'll see you on Fox League later this evening in Australia. The only place to watch all 4 games of rugby league in Las Vegas is Fox League, available on KO Sports and Foxtel. Fox League will be showing live viewings of their marquee shows, the Matty John Show in Vegas, NRL 360, right through until Saturday.
Can I just say something about your mate Tick?
Yeah, Tick Segerblom.
Tick Segerblom. You're just going to continue to say that. You love the name Tick Segerblom. You know, sometimes when you read a text message and you take it the wrong way with the inflections,
yes,
right? You know, you put your own inflection, your own take on it, if it's not in capital letters. I wonder whether Tick's script in front of him said, I'm going to give you the keys to the city to do anything you want, ... and stay out of trouble.
Yes.
As in, guys, stay out of trouble. However, how he delivered it is, I'm going to give you the keys to do anything you want and stay out of trouble. See?
I see what you've done there, Matty. I much prefer the first version. I much prefer the way we interpret it. rather than perhaps the way it was meant to be delivered and the way Peter Volandi's interpreted it.
See, in the auto cue, the presidential auto cue that your mate Tick, your mate, the Clark County Commission chairman, there should have had do anything you want, pause, and stay out of trouble.
You reckon he's had a Ron Burgundy moment?
He might. I'm Tick Segerblom.
Absolutely. That may have been what happened. And if you get the chance to see that clip somewhere, look at the expression on Peter Volandi's face as he delivers that sentence. Peter Volandi's, it resonated. His smile turned to this horrified scowl as he contemplated what he might be dealing with after the players were given the green light by Tick Segerblom, the Clark County Commission chairman, via the Brekkie with Vossy and Brandy show, SEN 1170 in Sydney. Stay with us.